In this video, I'll give you a complete guide to all the fighting styles in Blox Fruits. We'll go over each fighting style, how to obtain them, their uses, ranking them, and much more. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. The first fighting style on the list is Combat. This is the default fighting style you receive the moment you first log into the game. Every player starts with it, which makes it the foundation of all the fighting styles. Its M1 attacks are very basic and straightforward, dealing low damage even if you invest points into your stats. It doesn't offer any special effects or utility, just simple close-range punches. The Z move is a forward lunge tackle, which can help you close distance on enemies, but it's very limited in terms of damage and range. The X move is a small ground smash, which again has low damage and minimal impact in fights. The biggest thing about Combat is that once you equip any other fighting style, Combat becomes completely unobtainable. There is no way to get it back again after replacing it. This makes it technically the rarest fighting style in the game, not because it's powerful, but because once it's gone forever. However, despite that rarity, Combat is extremely underwhelming. It's only somewhat useful in the very early stages of the game when you have nothing else. As soon as you unlock any other fighting style, Combat becomes outclassed immediately. Overall, this fighting style is only viable for early game grinding and nothing beyond that. I'll be placing it firmly in F tier. The second fighting style on our list is Dark Step. Dark Step can be obtained from the Dark Step teacher for 150,000 belly, located on Pirate Village in the first sea. This fighting style mainly focuses on using your legs as your primary source of damage. The M1 attacks are decent, and the overall moveset is fairly average. Nothing about it is extremely special, but it is definitely a noticeable upgrade compared to Combat. However, even with higher stat investment, the damage output is still relatively low. Dark Step also has a V move called Overheat. When activated, your legs become engulfed in flames for a short period of time. During this time, your attacks deal slightly increased damage. It's also important to note that Dark Step serves as the foundation for Death Step, which is the upgraded version of this fighting style. We'll cover that later in the video. Overall, Dark Step is a solid upgrade over Combat and can help in early game progression, but it still falls short when it comes to PvP or mid to late game content. I'll be placing it in D tier. The third fighting style in this video is Electric. To obtain this fighting style, you need to speak to the mad scientist NPC, who is located behind a rock on Skylands Island. It costs around 500,000 Bailey. Electric is a decent fighting style, especially if you are using it in the first sea. However, there's nothing particularly unique or overpowered about it. The C move is its strongest point, as it provides a short stun of about 1 to 2 seconds. This stun can be very useful. Electric is actually the V1 version of a later upgraded fighting style, which we will discuss further in the video. In terms of damage, Electric performs slightly better than Dark Step, making it a more solid option for early game grinding. It can help you progress more efficiently in the first sea compared to weaker fighting styles. However, once you move into the second sea and third sea, Electric begins to fall off, just like most early fighting styles. Overall, it's a decent early game option. I'll be placing Electric in D tier, just above Dark Step. The next fighting style we have is Water Kung Fu, and this is the most expensive fighting style you can obtain in the first sea. You can get it from the Water Kung Fu trainer NPC, located on the underwater island in the first sea. It costs a total of 750,000 Bailey. The standout feature of this fighting style is its M1 attacks. Unlike most fighting styles, Water Kung Fu's M1s have no cooldown, meaning you can continuously attack without waiting between combos. This makes its attack speed faster than almost every other fighting style in the game, except for Sanguine Arts, which we'll cover later in the video. Because of this fast attack speed, Water Kung Fu becomes an incredibly strong option when used with the Buddha fruit. When using Buddha, most of your damage comes from M1 attacks, and since Water Kung Fu allows for rapid hits, it becomes extremely efficient for grinding NPCs quickly. In terms of raw damage, it is also quite solid for its price. The moves themselves are stronger and more effective compared to electric and dark step, and even outperform a few other early fighting styles. Overall, water kung fu is an excellent fighting style for grinding, especially if you are using Buddha. Even outside of that, it remains a strong choice thanks to its fast M1 attacks and reliable damage output. I'll be placing water kung fu in B tier. Now we're moving on to the second C fighting styles, and the first one we have is Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath can be purchased from the Dragon Breath Trainer NPC, located in a corridor inside the Kingdom of Rose. It costs 1,500 fragments to unlock. This fighting style is not particularly strong. The M1 attacks are relatively slow, although they do deal decent damage. However, the overall moveset feels outdated compared to other fighting styles. The abilities don't stand out, which makes it fall behind more modern options. The main reason you would use Dragon Breath is to progress toward its upgraded version, Dragon Talon, which is a much stronger and more refined fighting style. Outside of that, there's very little reason to use Dragon Breath over better alternatives. Compared to earlier fighting styles, you could argue it is slightly better than Electric and Dark Step, but it still gets completely outclassed by Water Kung Fu in almost every aspect. Overall, I'll be placing Dragon Breath in C tier, below Water Kung Fu. The next fighting style on our list is Superhuman. This is a unique fighting style because unlocking it requires a significant amount of prior grinding. You need to reach 300 mastery on Dragon Breath, Water Kung Fu, Dark Step, and Electric. And on top of that, you need 3 million belly. Once you meet these requirements, you can purchase it from the martial arts trainer, located on the Snow Island in the Second Sea. Superhuman is known for being a somewhat outdated fighting style. While its M1s and moves deal solid damage, the overall move set feels old compared to more modern fighting styles, but it still gets the job done in certain situations. This fighting style is mostly used in skill-based PvP, where its straightforward moves can still be usable in the right hands. I could also see it being used with the Buddha fruit, especially for grinding, since it allows for decent damage output. However, when you compare the effort required to obtain Superhuman with its overall performance, it doesn't stand out as much. In many cases, Water Kung Fu remains a better and more efficient choice for grinding, despite Superhuman being more advanced to unlock. That said, Superhuman is still a solid fighting style. It offers decent damage and good combo potential, especially when paired with swords and skill-based builds. Overall, I'll be placing Superhuman in B tier, but below Water Kung Fu. The next fighting style on our list is Death Step. Death Step is the upgraded or V2 version of Dark Step. To unlock it, you first need 400 mastery on Dark Step, then complete a specific quest. After that, you can purchase it from the Feiyu NPC, located inside the Winter Castle in the Second Sea. The quest itself requires you to obtain the library key, which is dropped by the Ice Admiral boss, also found on the Winter Castle Island. Death Step is a solid and well-rounded fighting style. Its M1 attacks are particularly strong, especially when you activate its V move, Overheat. When Overheat is active, your attacks gain a boost and apply burn damage, making your overall damage output significantly stronger. The moveset is generally good, offering better performance than its predecessor, Dark Step. However, like Superhuman, it still feels slightly outdated compared to newer fighting styles. Despite that, it remains very effective in both skill-based PvP and grinding, though it still doesn't fully surpass the efficiency of Water Kung Fu when it comes to pure grinding. I'll be placing Death Step above Water Kung Fu in the B tier, as it offers slightly more overall combat value, even if Water Kung Fu is still better for pure grinding efficiency. The next fighting style on our list is Sharkman Karate. If this video was made a few months ago, I would have easily placed Sharkman Karate in the S tier. However, after its recent rework, there have been several changes that affected its overall performance. To obtain Sharkman Karate, you first need 400 mastery on Water Kung Fu. Then, you must complete a quest from the Sharkman Trainer NPC, which requires you to obtain the Water Key. This key is dropped by the Tidekeeper boss, located on Skull Island in the Second Sea. After completing the quest, you will need to pay 2,500,000 belli and 5,000 fragments to unlock the fighting style. Before its rework, Sharkman Karate was considered one of the strongest fighting styles in the game, mainly because of its incredibly fast and powerful M1 attacks. However, after the rework, the M1s have become noticeably worse. While they do have slightly increased range, they are now much slower, which significantly hurts its effectiveness, especially when it comes to grinding. On the other hand, the moveset itself received a very solid and much-needed rework, improving its overall utility and combo potential. If the M1s had remained the same as before, this fighting style would easily be in the S tier. Despite the changes, Sharkman Karate is still very strong, especially in PvP, where its improved moves can be very effective. However, due to its slow and inefficient M1s, it falls short when it comes to grinding. Overall, I'll be placing Sharkman Karate at the top of the B tier, above both Death Step and Superhuman, but still not quite reaching S tier due to its weaknesses in grinding. Now we finally move on to the third C fighting styles, and the first one we have is Electric Claw. This is the upgraded V2 version of the electric fighting style. To get Electric Claw, you need to complete a special quest from the previous hero NPC. The quest is simple. You have to race to the mansion and reach it within 30 seconds. After that, you need 400 mastery on electric, along with 3 million belly and 5,000 fragments to unlock it. Electric Claw is a very strong fighting style, especially for PvP. It is fast, smooth, and has very good combo potential. You can use it with many swords, fruits, and guns to create strong and hard-to-escape combos. For grinding, it is just okay. The main problem is the M1 attacks. They make your character move forward a bit, which can make grinding harder, especially when using Buddha or other fruits. If this lunge was not there, it would be much better for grinding. The moves are where Electric Claw shines the most. They work very well with other weapons and can be used to make strong combos. A good example is the old combo using Tushita, Electric Claw, and Portal, which was very popular in PvP. Even now, Electric Claw is still very strong if you know how to use it properly, especially in PvP fights. Overall, I'll place Electric Claw in A tier. It is a very good and underrated fighting style that you should try. Next, we move on to Dragon Talon, which is the second fighting style you can get in the third C. This is the V2 version of Dragon Breath. To unlock it, you need 400 mastery on Dragon Breath, and you must give a fire essence to the Uzoth NPC. After that, you can buy it from him for 3 million belli and 5,000 fragments. You can also upgrade its moves later by giving Uzoth Blaze Embers, which improve some of its abilities. Dragon Talon is a very strong fighting style. Its M1 attacks deal very high damage. They do move you forward a bit, but the damage makes up for it. Even when using Buddha for grinding, the damage is still very solid, so the forward movement is not a big issue. The moves are also very strong and recently got a rework, making them much better than before. The fighting style has high area damage and works very well in both PvP and grinding. One of its most powerful abilities is the Z move, which has a special finishing effect. If your enemy is low on health, using this move can deal a huge amount of damage and often finish them off. In many cases, landing this move on a low enemy will secure the kill. Overall, Dragon Talon is an amazing fighting style. It works well for grinding, PvP, and almost everything in between. I'll be placing it at the lower end of the S tier. Now we move on to the next fighting style, which is Godhuman. This is easily one of the strongest, if not the strongest, fighting style in the entire game. It is good for almost everything: PvP, grinding, PvE, and more. The only place where it's not the best is sea events, but even there, its mobility helps make up for the damage. To unlock Godhuman, you need to do a lot of grinding. You must get 400 mastery on almost every fighting style in the game, except combat and sanguine arts. This includes Dark Step, Electric, Water Kung Fu, Dragon Breath, Dragon Talon, Electric Claw, Death Step, and Sharkman Karate, and lastly, Superhuman. That's 9 fighting styles in total. On top of that, you also need 5 million belly, 5,000 fragments, and some materials to finally unlock it. Once you get Godhuman, it becomes very clear why it's considered the best. The moves are fast, strong, and very smooth. It works with almost every sword, gun, fruit, and combo you can think of. In PvP, it is extremely powerful overall. This fighting style is on another level compared to the others. I'll be placing Godhuman at the top of the S tier, making it the best fighting style in the game. Now we move on to the last fighting style, which is Sanguine Arts. This is the only fighting style that can truly rival Godhuman. If Godhuman is more focused on PvP, then Sanguine Arts is more focused on grinding and survivability. To get Sanguine Arts, you need to defeat the Leviathan, and then pay 5 million belly, 5,000 fragments, and some materials. One of these materials is the Dark Fragment, which is very rare and hard to get. What makes this fighting style special is its Z move, which can heal you for about 20% of your health when you hit an enemy. This makes it extremely strong for staying alive during fights and grinding. The moves are a bit slow, but they deal very high damage and have strong combo potential. You can use this fighting style with almost any fruit, sword, or gun in the game. The M1 attacks are also very good. They have nice range and, like Water Kung Fu, they have no cooldown, which makes them perfect for grinding, especially when using Buddha. Overall, Sanguine Arts is more of a defensive fighting style, while Godhuman is more aggressive. It really depends on your play style. Some players will prefer Godhuman, while others will prefer Sanguine Arts. For me personally, I think Godhuman is slightly better overall, so I'll place Sanguine Arts just below, or almost equal to Godhuman, in the S tier. And with that, we wrap up today's video. Now you know the complete guide to fighting styles in Blox Fruits, from the best like Godhuman and Sanguine Arts, all the way down to combat. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. Also, comment down your favorite fighting style and the one you're using right now. I'd love to see where you are in the game. And with that, Ghost Ant, signing out.